Буду тут. Так. Да, я на чем вчера остановилась, у меня вылетел опять комп, я не знаю, электричество.
This is a well-laid table. Nothing is out of place, and above all, no creases.
Un momento. Что у меня по заданию вообще? Чё? Хорошо. Что, больше нельзя поговорить со своим другом?
It is not the right time.
Сейчас не вовремя, хорошо. Здесь мы посмотрели. Туда дальше пройти. Дальше пройти не можно, да? В зеркало мы тогда посмотрели. У нас еще тут комната есть. Музыкальный автомат. А вот. Что-то мы здесь тогда полили. А, мы ее почерк смотрели. Давай. Тогда у нас вырубилось электричество. Вот она, Бетти.
Where is Betty?
Вот Бетти.
Betty worked from 11 a.m. to 7:30.
Все. С 11 до 7:30. Вот тут у нас...
These are the different waiting staffs bill.
Так. п.м. до 7:30. Со скольки? С 11 до 7:30. Вот вытянутые такие буковки. Будто бы вот это.
Most probably a single man, a whiskey lover. This bill may have been written by Betty.
Еще один. Тоже с длинными буковками. Вообще вот этот вот похож.
No, something's not right. Betty was alone at just...
Ну да, промежуток нет, он, блин, ну похоже. Вот так, 6:36 п.м. Ну, вот это тоже, кстати.
Most probably a family. This bill may have been written by Betty.
Еще один должен быть, да? Так.
Most probably a single man.
Все, два.
Betty served a family and a man on his own, a whiskey drinker. Maybe the murderer.
На самом деле это семья.
This information will help me to progress.
What? Gentlemen, what are you doing?
Ну, ты ж не дала посмотреть, мы сами
We
посмотрели.
are searching for clues. My name is Hercule Poirot. I am a detective, and this is Captain Hastings. Does Betty Barnard work here?
That is correct. She should have been here a while
Она
ago.
умерла.
Punctuality is the
Мадам.
first rule of politeness.
I fear that Miss Barnard will not be coming today. She has just been found, dead, on the beach a few hundred meters from the cafe.
How awful. Poor young thing. What happened?
А может, она все-таки выйдет?
She appears to have been murdered.
This is most distressing. How this will affect my business, I shudder to think.
What can you tell us about Miss Barnard?
Nothing, absolutely nothing. Miss Barnard was my employee. Her private life was none of my business.
You did know at least that she had a young man.
Indeed.
This photo was found. Is this him?
Yes, that's him all right. But I haven't seen him for some time.
Do you think there may have been some problems between them?
I'm not on those sort of terms with my staff. Now, please excuse me, I have work to do.
The customer who ordered a whiskey might provide us more information. He may have been the last one to see Betty alive.
It is an interesting idea, Hastings. Maybe he is a regular guest. What do you think, mademoiselle?
I don't think so. Our regular guests tend to order tea. At this time of the year, there are a lot of tourists about you never see.
That's what I... Time to...
Можно в гости к ней. Что, больше мы с ней не поговорим?
I have nothing to add.
Больше не поговорим.
What a pity. Miss Marion is not the sort of wit...
Старый чертяка. Что, все, мы пообщались.
With all these tourists, these...
Все, поехали, мой друг. Давай. Жалко, он бегать не умеет.
I think we've gone past the Barnard's house.
Luckily for me, you have an exceptional sense of direction, Hastings. You are a great explorer.
Чё?
Hastings appears to be ill.
Он здесь прям живет. Кто ты? Как же.
How do you do, mademoiselle? My name is Hercule Poirot.
I know you. You're that detective we hear all about.
I do not know if that is a compliment, but I will take it as one for now. You are Betty's sister.
Yes,
Can we come in?
please do. My parents are at the police station. I doubt they'll be up to speaking to you later.
Do not worry, we will not bother.
Did you know your sister's plans?
No. I arrived by train this morning. My parents called me in a panic when they discovered that Betty had disappeared. She went out last night, but she didn't tell them where she was going.
What was your last conversation about?
Her new dress. She wanted a pair of black stockings to go with it. Mother brought her a pair. The very day it happened. She was crying. And to think that Betty never even wore them. Oh, Mummy.
Да, бедная мама. Минуточку.
It would not be polite to visit the house.
Меня пригласили.
It would not be polite. It would not be polite.
А, типа второй этаж. Это точно. Там полапать можно что-то.
The Barnard appeared to make music a priority in their budget. They're all Miss Modest, but the Barnards are definitely music lovers. This gramophone is magnificent.
Оп. Нет времени объяснять, надо в зеркало посмотреть. Здесь ничего. Ну давай. Почти посмотрим на... Как и Меган.
What is she feeling at the moment?
Ну, она плакала. Ну что, не важно, ну ладно. Ну, куда?
Betty's older sister is not just sad, she is angry.
Ну что, давай болтать.
Your sister had a fiancé, I believe?
Да, что,
Yes,
она
he's called
плакала.
Donald Fraser.
Я что,
A
не
very nice
потёрший.
man.
Do you know where we might find him?
He works at the estate agent's, Corton Brunskill.
Угу. Да, все. Это поговорили.
But of course.
Betty's room is opposite the stairs on the first floor. Feel free to take a look if you think it might be useful.
Вот и пригласили.
This young woman is far too clever not to have anything else for us.
Do you think she's hiding something?
That is what I'm trying to find out.
Surely you don't think she did it?
I did not say anything of the sort. But young women always ruin your judgment, Hastings. Who knows, maybe Megan was jealous of her attractive young sister.
I see. She may have had her sights on the inheritance. Or maybe she was in love with Donald Fraser.
We have to study all scenarios, even the most unlikely. But I doubt that Mr. and Mrs. Barnard are rich enough to justify murder. While I try and get Miss Barnard to talk, I would like you to try and find Donald Fraser. It should be easy to find the estate agents where he works. Bring him to the Ginger Cat. I would like to talk with him before the chief inspector finds him.
Пошли смотреть спальню бедной девушки. Что у нас тут? Агент по недвижимости. Блин. Самая Бетти у нас тут. Вот она. На всем все подумали.
It looks like Betty was also a music lover, the same as her family. Without a doubt, Betty used to sing.
Еще одно зеркало. Ну. О, все, получили очки, ага. Чё? Ага. Блин, а где мы чурки до этого находили?
Something on this clock. This metal disc is stuck. What a strange mechanism. The cogs are blocked by these wooden panels.
Пока ничего не могу сделать, да?
The cogs are blocked by...
По идее.
Strange. This
Вот это
wooden
достать не
panel is
можешь.
blocked. Strange. There, that's better. This metal disc is...
Хорошо, much better. Да, блин. Пока ничего не изменилось.
Strange.
О,
This decoration appears to be firmly fastened. This decoration appears to be firmly fastened. This leg is not well attached.
Ну, ты не
This leg is
хочешь
not well attached.
отвалить. Мгм. Мгм. Понятно.
This decoration appears.
Так.
This decoration appears to be firmly fastened.
Ничего. Здесь что-то отвалилось. Почему это дало, я так и не поняла.
This wooden panel is blocked. I can't. Good. It should be.
Прекрасно.
Look, a key.
Угу.
This could be useful. The central cog is blocked.
Угу.
This code probably has something to do with the mechanism above the clock. The cogs are blocked by these.
Два. Угу.
The central cog is.
Так, а что мы панельки открыли? Что нам это дало?
I definitely need an object to make these cogs turn.
А, может, могу куда угодно ставить? А-а-а. Ну, вспомнил. Там где желтый. Понятно. Ну, теперь сюда.
Ah, something clicked on the front of the clock. A new lock has appeared. This could be useful.
Это она заморочилась, конечно.
Betty, I enjoyed a wonderful evening in your company, and I hope that we will see each other again very soon. D. My dearest Betty, I know that your art is already spoken for, but you are the most beautiful dancer I have ever had the pleasure of meeting, and I am impatient to see you again, Adrian. A record sleeve with an handwritten title. Betty must have recorded the demo. I'd be interested to hear it. A record Betty, I enjoy.
Да.
My dearest Betty.
Я думала просто фотку посмотреть на самом деле. Так, хорошо.
Looking at all the clothes she took out, Betty must have had a problem deciding what to wear.
Вполне возможно.
Maybe she had a
Только
date.
непонятно с кем. Так, и чё?
I have not finished in. It looks like Betty has a very busy life. Betty liked luxury and going out, and being as pretty as she was, she probably did not have any problem getting herself invited. I have not finished inspecting Betty's bedroom.
Тут фото чего-то.
Betty, I enjoyed a wonderful evening. My dearest Betty. Without a doubt, Betty used to sing.
Тумбочка.
Medicine to prevent voice loss. This small key should be useful. I've finished with this subject.
Всё. Так. Мне надо было раньше подслушать разговор, когда детка он разговаривает.
Family photos and.
С этой стороны пойти нельзя. Пошли. Она ж вон там разговаривает. Ну или где она разговаривает, где меня подслушивает?
It is not the right.
Ну, сейчас не время, согласна. Да не то, уже посмотрели. Где у нас задание? Подслушаем. Здесь тоже лапать нечего.
They're all Miss Modest, but.
Так, а еще раз наверх я могу подняться? Могу.
Without a doubt, Betty used to sing.
Я запуталась. Я еще не увидела, где у нас задание. Как задание посмотреть? Послушать пластинку Бетти. А. Так а шо? Вот она пластинка.
A record sleeve with a handwritten title.
Граммофон у них внизу стоит. А пластинка где?
Let us see. What?
Это пластинка.
This looks like solfège.
Угу.
This looks like solfège.
Что-то на сложном.
That doesn't work. This looks like so.
Я ж не могу эту штуку вертеть.
This looks like solfège.
Угу. Тут еще когда. Угу.
There is bound to be a.
Ща. Эти загадочки.
There is bound to be a clue.
Пока непонятно. Будто. Я ничего не поняла. Вот она, эта фигня. Но она из двух этих штук состоит. Можно одну эту штуку и две. Вот эти с двумя попробовать. Если я правильно поняла.
There is bound to be a.
Да. Ага.
I heard the sound of a.
Этот не откроется. Какой механизм сработал?
That doesn't work.
Угу.
It looks like something goes in. That doesn't work. I must have forgotten.
Угу. Циферки здесь. И циферки. Что там? 78Т.
I just have to put the record on the gramophone and start it.
Да.
middle of recording.
Sorry, Betty, but it's not wise. The doctor said you should rest your voice.
You're such a killjoy sometimes.
Что у него за акцент интересный?
Betty was such a good singer.
It's true. Did she have any problem with her throat?
Yes, she had to be careful with her voice. Of course, she didn't follow the doctor's advice. If Don didn't insist, she... Well, it's too late for all that now.
Я вообще раньше думала, что это подсказки, это, блин, задачи. Подсказки вот здесь смотреть надо. Так. Давай поболтаем.
It looks like this woman is single, but she has feelings for someone.
О, термослезы заметили.
She is looking so intensely at this photo. But is it really a sister that she's studying in this manner? They made the perfect couple, am I correct?
Yes, in a way. She was pretty and he...
Well?
He's a bright man, with a promising career ahead of him. He would have made Betty a good husband. He was always attentive and generous. Oh, a true gentleman.
I hear a note of envy in your voice.
You must have heard wrong.
Donald appeared to be very much in love with your sister.
Yes, he was mad about her.
Mad, you say? Being madly in love can often be destructive, and Mr. Fraser was known for being jealous, I believe.
No more than average. Men are always slightly possessive, especially when they are with a pretty woman.
I am not your enemy, Mademoiselle Bernard.
And you are not my friend either, Mr. Poirot, sir.
Yes, but your lies are not helping Mr. Fraser, or you, for that matter.
Так, спроси, почему... Давай
I know
спросим.
that
Потому что
Fraser was
она в него
jealous,
влюблена,
but I
наверное.
wonder why you feel the need to protect him.
Protect him? I hope you're not suggesting...
That you are Fraser's accomplice? There is nothing to suggest that, at least not yet. It would appear that your sister's murder is the second in a series that we have to stop as quickly as possible. The first was in Andover, and the same as your sister, the murderer sent me a letter informing me that a crime would be committed in that town. Now can I count on your honesty?
Yes, you have my confidence, Mr. Poirot. Don is a quiet and sensitive young man. Slightly reserved, too. And as is often the case with reserved people, when he flew into a temper, he completely lost control. He could be so violent. Betty was frightened.
And when was this?
The first time was about a year ago. But they rowed more recently. Donald found out that Betty had lied to him. She said she was going out with a girlfriend, but she went out for dinner with a married man. It was an awful scene. She told him that until they were married, she was free to go with whoever she pleased. Donald turned quite pale and started shaking and kept saying one day...
Well?
He'd commit murder.
Do you think that is what happened?
No, Mr. Poirot, I don't believe that. You yourself said he may be a recidivist madman. Don loved Betty with all his heart. I can't imagine for one instant that he would hurt her.
Very good, Mademoiselle
Я тоже не
Bernard.
думаю, потому что я
Thank
думаю,
you for your
это
help.
маньяк-убийца, и он их выбирает, блин, чисто из-за, не знаю, имени, месторасположения.
Fraser is at the Ginger Cat. The police haven't spoken to him, but they want to.
Très bien, Hastings. Let's see him now. Au revoir, mademoiselle. My deepest condolences to your parents.
Of course, Mr. Poirot. And don't be too hard on Don. He's more fragile than he looks.
If you say so. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Нет. 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 Что я запуталась? Ну, собиралась встретиться. Она рассказала, что активная личная жизнь. Нет. Угу. Соврала Дональду о своих планах. Ой, так. Чем она собиралась? Ну, с кем-то встретиться она собиралась. Вот. Угу. Дальше. Бетти в активной личной жизни. Бетти встречалась не только с Дональдом, но и с другими мужчинами. Давай вот так. В это время здесь много приезжих. Рыжая кошка приходила некий мужчина. Нет. Это вообще не важно, по-моему. Во, она соврала в своих планах. Бетти соврала Доне, потому что у нее были свидания с другим мужчиной. Так, и вот этот мужчина, возможно, это... Ладно. Приезжий. Нет. Ну а что тогда? Что это? Некий мужчина с собой взял прижимный с души. А, то что отметил?
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Еще раз поболтаем. Что кроется за поведением Меган Бернард? Жертва была красива. Бетти встречалась с той же мужчиной. Меган сейчас смотрел на Бетти. Меган теннис наследница не пофиг. Меган любила свою сестру. Меган умная женщина. Меган очень нравилась Дону Фрейзер. Меган относилась к Дональду с нежностью. Ой, Бетти хорошо пела. Меган умная женщина. Любила сестру. Нет. Встречалась с другими мужчинами. Меган завидовала Бетти. Угу. Все, мы с ней больше не поболтаем.
Mr. Poirot, I don't like being stared at. If you have something to say, would you please say it to me?
Right. Да все. Что, мы здесь закончили. Давай валим отсюда.
He's a big chap. I talked to his landlady before seeing him. She went to bed at 11. Fraser wasn't home yet.
Bien. Megan Barnard said he is a reserved character but with a nasty temper. We will see if this is the case.
Bien. Или где он там? А, он, блядь, в кошке ж сидит. Да пошли, все.
Fraser is waiting for you at the Ginger Cat.
Да.
It's in...
Luckily,
Я все хочу уехать куда-нибудь. Стоит такси, ждет постоянно, он трясется. Аж трясет. Поро, давай. Быстрее. Пошли болтать с Фрейзером. Брэндон Фрейзер. Тот, который в Мумии играл, наверное. А вот и он.
how do you do, Mr. Fraser?
How do you do?
You Hercule Poirot. Mr. Hastings said you wanted to speak to me.
Да, я хочу кушать.
Yes. I know that it may not be the right time, but I would like to ask you a few questions.
Посмотрим на него, он там страдает, бедолага.
This man looks suspicious.
Ну что, глушит? Что это, ром? Виски. Плакал, бедолага. Руку, не руку.
Donald Fraser is in a terrible state, as if he hadn't slept all night. And he's drinking White Horse.
Leave me alone.
Нет. У нас расследование.
Tell me that it's a mistake.
Sadly, your lady friend has been murdered, Mr. Fraser.
Oh, Betty, if only you'd listened.
Did you visit Betty yesterday afternoon?
No, I haven't seen Betty for 2 days. I was at the office yesterday afternoon.
Can you prove that?
Of course. But why this question? Betty died yesterday evening, didn't she?
Betty was murdered during the night, but that does not prove that she did not meet a murderer earlier in the day.
So, am I a suspect?
Everybody close to Betty is a suspect, Mr. Fraser. I would be a very poor detective if I did not examine all possible eventualities. Do you know what Betty's plans were yesterday evening?
She said she was having dinner with her sister.
And you believed her?
And why not, sir? She was my fiancée.
That did not stop her from lying to you before. Betty was not a bad girl, but she did like to take advantage of her success with men.
How dare you sully her memory?
Блин.
I am not interested in memories of her, Mr. Fraser. I am looking for a killer, and I need you to be my closest ally. That is, unless you have something to hide.
Of course I don't.
Très bien. So, what were we saying? Where were you yesterday evening?
I looked everywhere for her, but in vain. When she said she was going to have dinner with her sister on a weekday, I thought it was strange. I tried not to think about it, but I was like a lion in a cage. I was convinced she was lying. So I went round all the restaurants in the town. When I didn't find her, I went to the next town. But nothing. I must have got home about midnight or 1 o'clock.
Did anybody see you?
I don't think so. I didn't talk to anybody.
Хорошее алиби.
I was so furious.
Блин, офигеть, у него тут есть
I knew I'd
противочка
find you here,
громкости, я не
Poirot.
знаю.
I thought the victim's young man was here.
Yes, is all yours, Chief Inspector. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Мгм. Бетти была активной личной жизнью, отношения были инстинктивными. Оба убийства были мышленных совершенно одиночный человек. Дональда нет алиби. Дональд был сильно влюблен в Бетти. Чё? Ну, я не знаю, типа, блин, не было... Ну, мотив, может, и был, но не думаю, что это он. У Дональда нет алиби. Вот так вот. Опять на место преступления. Интересно, ее там убрали?
Fraser doesn't have an alibi and he's extremely jealous.
You are very skilled at summing up.
And yet you haven't asked Japp to arrest him.
It is too soon. But I agree, without the letters announcing the crimes, Fraser would already be behind bars. Bon, I think we have enough elements. Let's reconstruct the events at the scene of the crime.
I can't imagine how the murderer wasn't seen, though. Surely she must have struggled.
Let us try and imagine the scene.
Лучше серые клеточки. Давайте.
The killer and the victim are walking on the beach. Miss Betty has a bag, a belt around her waist, and carries her shoes in her hand. Both of them walk slowly to hut number 5.
Почему 5? Двигаться 6.
Both of them walk slowly to hut number 6. Miss Betty enters the hut. She leaves without her belongings. Then she hides a coat.
The killer tries to remove his victim's belt. She panics and tries to stop him.
Не, наверное, не так это было.
She runs away, pursued by her assailant.
No, there is no sign of a chase. Things must have happened differently. Let us think again, mon cher. The killer and the victim are walking on the beach. Miss Betty has a bag, a belt around her
Ой, блин,
waist,
прям с самого
and carries
начала.
her shoes in her hand.
Надо не лажать.
Both of them walk slowly to hut number 5. Both of them walk slowly to hut number 6. Miss Betty enters the hut. She leaves without her belongings. Then she hides a coat. They keep walking. Then she removes her belt.
The murderer moves behind her and then attacks her by surprise. The body falls, lifeless, on the sand.
Everything appears to match the crime scene, mon cher Hastings. That is
Моншери.
exactly what happened. Without the ABC, we might have suspected Mr. Asher and Mr. Fraser. But by signing his crimes, the murderer is making sure he's accused. In a way, it is very generous of him.
Generous? The murderer seduced Betty in order to lure her to the beach and kill her.
Indeed, the young woman was certainly careless, but not stupid enough to follow a stranger.
What are you planning to do, Poirot?
Return to London, mon cher Hastings.
Наконец-то такси. Ну куда ты пошел?
Right, back to London. Right, back to London.
Jap has decided to reveal details to the press. The alphabet murder is now famous.
It is not a bad idea. The more people who know, the greater our chances of finding out something of interest.
Poirot, I have a bad feeling. poor Mr. Poirot, not so good at these little criminal matters as you thought yourself, are you? Rather past your prime, perhaps. Let us see if you can do any better this time. This time, it's an easy one. Churston on the 30th. Do try and do something about it. It's a bit dull having it all my own way, you know. Good hunting. Ever yours, ABC. Good hunting. Did you hear that, Poirot? The murderer seems to be taking it all as a game, a challenge. He will strike on 30th in Churston. We must warn Scotland Yard.
By the way, Hastings, what day is it?
Well, looking at the calendar, it's the 30th. No time to lose. We must prepare our suitcases for Churston.
Mon Dieu, it is already 10 o'clock. I will call Scotland Yard immediately.
Пока что все.